Hi Whiz Kids and happy Sunday. Welcome back to our brand new series called Vroom, which is looking at all things love. So this is part 2 for this Sunday, so you need to go and watch Max and Turbo in part 1 where they'll tell the story and give a bit of an insight of what we're going to be talking about today, and then you need to come back and watch this video. So let's get on with it. So the first thing before I recap the story is I want you to have a little think. So in front of me, I have a cookie and another cookie, but one is all crushed and one is whole. Now, I want you to decide which cookie you would choose if I was giving you the choice. And you had the first choice, and whatever you chose, I had the other one. So have a little think of which one you would choose and which one I would then have, and maybe tell your decision to someone at home. And that is basically what the story is about that we are going to be talking about today with Abraham and Lot, where Lot actually chose first and chose the best thing and gave Abraham the leftovers. So let's recap this story now in more detail, and then we'll have a bit of a discussion about it. So our story today comes from Genesis 13, and it is about Abraham and his nephew Lot. So both Abraham and Lot were very rich men. They had lots of animals and lots of servants, and they followed God round wherever they said. So they were travellers. They would set up tents in different places wherever God told them to. And it had got to the point where they'd got so many animals that there was not enough grass and water to go around for all Abraham's animals and all of Lot's animals. So Abraham explained this to Lot and explained he didn't want to fight over the land, over the grass, as they were family. So Abraham showed the land to Lot and told Lot that if he chose the land to the left, he could have it, and Abraham would go to the right. And if Lot chose the land to the right, Abraham would have the one on the left. So it was Lot's choice. So Lot looked at all the land, and one part of the land was really luscious and it was green and had water, and the other one was more brown and rocky and not very good for his animals. So Lot chose the better looking land. So he and his family went to live among the cities of Jordan, and Abraham went the other way to Canaan. So who chose the nicer looking land? Well, if you said Lot, you're absolutely right. However, if you carry on reading in Genesis, which is past the part where Max and Turbo were said about, but Lot actually had lots of problems. Even though he had the luscious land, he was in an area with not very nice people. And in the end, Abraham actually had to go and rescue him. However, if you look at Abraham, yes, he didn't have the very good land, but because he was willing to sacrifice the best land and was happy for Lot, it meant that God blessed him and said that all the land eventually would be all Abraham's descendants. So that is our story. So let's go on to a bit of discussion. So this story relates to 1 Corinthians 13, which is our memory verse for this series, because one little section in 1 Corinthians 13 says that love does not want what belongs to others. So Abraham was very happy and still thankful to God and still had faith in God, even though he had the worst land, and he knew he had the worst land as well. So in real life, this can look like in your life, if you see a friend who has a really cool toy that you want and you don't have, and instead of being jealous and really wanting that toy and being angry that you don't have that toy, you actually are thankful to God for what you do have and have faith in God, then God will bless you in many different ways and probably even get you a better toy, because God will want to bless you even more than the things that you want in life. So the way that you can show love with kids is not by acting jealous and being angry that your friends maybe have a better toy than you or anything for that matter. It's actually to love them by being thankful and nice to them and kind to them. Now, I know there's always things in life that you want, and that's very natural. However, as it says in the Bible, and how Abraham acts is how we should be as Christians. So to help us combat this, I want you to get a piece of paper and you're going to write something that maybe you struggle with not having or that you're jealous that a friend has. And I want you to write it down. And then I want you to say a prayer, thanking God for something that you do have that you're grateful for. And then what I want you to do is either scrumple up that piece of paper or rip it in half to show that you're not jealous anymore. Because if you're jealous, it means that you're not loving how God wants you to love. So if you do it, then you will be loving just as God wants in 1 Corinthians 13. So that is all for today. So I hope you have a good week and I shall see you very soon. Bye.